Good afternoon, the Chairman, Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocacy Center. Our legal department, co-comrades and reviewers and pain is the solution. And for those of you meeting me for the first time, a line from 93 Allen Avenue branch, we have a case of domestic misunderstanding and children access denial reported by Mrs. Mmasinachi Ike against Mr. Patrick Ike. Please join us as we interview. Though the defendant is yet to be in our office, subscribe to our YouTube channel and Access to Justice TV and follow us on our Facebook page of Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center for more useful information. Do follow, do visit our website on www.hrdac.org.ng. Welcome, Mr. NG Odili Kembari Smith. Thank you for sharing, for liking, and please do share as you come on board. Stay put. Don't forget to follow our TikTok, Center for Justice and Allergies for other visa information that you may require for yourself and for members of your family. Okay, Mmasinachi, let's hear you out. What is the complaint? How did you meet him? What led to the issues before he started denying you access to your kids? It's your time. Take your time to give the details so I can know how to come in.
Thank you, ma'am. My name is Mmasinachi. I am married to PATROCK. This is my 13 years of marriage. Married 2008. I met him online. Then I was working in Madonna University as a secretary. Then I met him. He works onshore, works on the sea. 1 month in and 1 month out. I don't really cut him like that. But that's how we got to know ourselves before he talked about marriage. So after he we wedded, he went back to the sea, coming back again. I started noticing some character from him. He's the kind of person that masturbates a lot. He doesn't touch me, doesn't come close to me. And each time he's always engaged in this porn. Maybe when if I go to his phone, I see this a child of 9 years maybe waking up with a grown-up person like 60, 67 or 70 years. That's the kind of porn he likes watching. Sometimes I will delete it and still download it again. I say this is irritating. I didn't know there is more about it until you keep on going. You stay like 2 years. There is no issue, no issue coming. I did not give birth. So I think because through my single day time, I have never taken him. So I assume maybe I have fault. He was taking me to harbor places. Before I met one of my sister who told me, what are you still waiting for that? Your body is full of children, that I should come to where the husband is working, a fertility center. So I went and told my husband. He was so happy about it. He now said, let's go. We went there. After everything, we found out that he has they did thoroughly check up on me and him too. Found out that he has a watery low sperm count. So the doctor told him that his own the mortality is 2-0, that should go for IVF, which we moved to do the IVF. After even on the process of the IVF, you don't really have the actual amount of money needed. I had to borrow out my egg because of the money, the shortage of money to make up.
Borrow
Af-
out your egg. Huh?
yes, as in donor, I give out my egg to somebody. So after all this,
Stop crying. Don't cry. So I will be able to.
okay, ma,
Okay?
okay, ma.
Sorry about that.
So after I succeeded in my own IVF, I have twin boys. He was happy, went home. The first greeting I received from him was a sister. I just served him a breakfast. The sister called him on phone. They were talking. The next thing he asked me, did you call your mates or your mate called you?
Please, you make use of this.
or your mate called you. I didn't really get the question. I said, "Ha, my mate, what do you mean?" He landed a slap on me. That was beating. Before you use a glass of teacup, that's the what I'm having here. That's the first cut he gave me. When then after the IVF, I became pregnant. We keep on managing. Even push me out that time. It was neighbor that carried me to the hospital. They stitched this thing 2 times. After that, came back. The IVF worked on. Keep on moving. I was pregnant. I gave birth. I was in the hospital when my husband carried one girl, a girl of 13, 14 years, to the hospital. I don't know where he brought this girl. He told me that this is the girl that will be taking care of the house because I went through CS. I was not strong enough. So I said, no problem. Where did you get him? He said a friend gave him the girl. I kept quiet. After the hospital, after 1 week, we went home. So when I now went home with him, I found some movement with this girl. In the night, this girl will sneak to his room because we are living 3 bedroom flats. So because I was not strong enough, I now said I will know what is happening. One night, I just quietly opened my door. Immediately I opened the door,
Don't open
the
the
girl
door.
ran
Don't
out.
break the roaster. Don't break the
The girl ran out from his room. I opened the curtain. He pretended as if he's sleeping. I walked to the girl. I asked him, where are you coming out from? The girl said she went to go and ease herself. I said, from my husband's room. Because it was night around 1 and I don't really have strength. I walked back to my room. In the morning, I called my husband, please take this girl back. I don't want her. Anywhere you bring her, just take her back. My husband did not say anything. I walked to the girl. I said, please pack all your things. I don't know where you come from. Just take this your things and leave my house. That day was my checkup. I went check up. I come back. The girl was there. That was in the evening. I started throwing her things out. My husband was there. She ran to my husband back. After everything, my husband took that girl. My husband did not come back that day. He didn't show up till the next day, next morning. I say, what is all this? I keep on enduring. Another day, my children was still tender. My husband said I should pack my things. That I'm going down to Aba. That's where the family house is. That I'm going down to Aba to go and stay with the mother, with the children and us. Then my children was around 6 months. My children was around 6 months. So I now told him, you are just telling me. That day was Sunday. I said, you are just telling me. You did not tell me this. I would have prepared. I cook food. My food is in the fire. See the rice I cook and the stew and even soup. How will I do about it? He say what? We went to the kitchen, carry the rice, carry everything to the gutter. He pour everything inside the gutter. As I was talking, he come and collect my phone and smash it on the floor. Say I should move out of his house. And I managed to carry one of my twin because they are twin boy. I managed to carry one. I ran out. My junior brother that was 7 years that was with me then now carry one and came out. He now locked the door and went out. Our landlady, everybody came. They were begging him, just relax that I will go. I told the landlady, he just told me that I would move to Aba. Just now, he had never discussed it with me. Just like that. He want me to start carrying these children to Aba. He went to the family house. I don't know what he told them. But any little misunderstanding, he will tell the sisters, tell everybody. They would they would be calling me that I should be begging him. This is how I keep on begging him every time. Even when he wrongs me, I will beg him for forgiveness. This keep on lingering until we pack out of that house to the house where he built himself. When we now went there, we stayed like a year or 2 years before he now because he lose the job, the sea work he was doing, and got a job here in Lagos. So when he stayed in Lagos, one day my mother-in-law called me that he wants me to be coming to Aba with the children. That was on Sunday. On Sunday around 3 o'clock. I said, hey, mommy, you did not tell me this thing in time. You did not tell me this thing in time. I didn't even tell me this thing in time. At least we would have come like Friday and go Sunday. These children are going to school. Then my children was 4 years. So these children are going to school. There's no how. Now, now it's evening time. She said that she wants her children, that she wants me to bring the children to her. I said, ah, mommy, don't worry, Friday, I will bring the children. We'll stay Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll be coming. She called the call on me. The next thing, his children, my husband called me that if I don't bring the children to his mother on Monday, that he's going to deal with me. Who am I to even answer the mother that I'm not coming to her back? I was thinking it's a made joke, maybe. On Monday morning, the children are going to school. I prepared them, I took them to school. Me too, I have a shop and running. Only for my husband to start shouting on me, even the siblings, all of them that was on me. That who am I to tell their mother what to do? That I must bring the children. I said the children have gone to school. That when they on Friday will come weekend, Saturdays, there's nothing big deal there. They said no, that I must be that Monday. My husband sent someone, a driver, because he parked the car, gave the key to one of his friends. He sent a friend to come and carry me and the children to Aba. I have to go to the school where the children is and bring the children. When I brought the children, we start moving to Aba. We went down to Aba there. We were there. I was just sitting on the parlor. My children was playing with one of the niece, my sister-in-law's son that is late. When the junior sister came in and saw them playing, and now asked my children, can't you greet? The children was looking at him. He told the small boy, go and get me cane. Went and brought cane and start flogging these children, flogging them. I was holding myself because I know it's me she's looking for. I hold myself. She was flogging these children. I had greet. The children was crying inside me. I say, she stopped, say, I agree. And I came out. I said, I called Amarachi. Please, it's okay. Like, even now, if the children wants to greet you, you have put fear into them, might not know what to greet you. She said, is that what I have to say? That if she flog them again, what will I do? I say, I'm not doing anything, but the flogging is sick. She raised the cane to flog them, and I hung the cane. She wanted to slap me. She wanted to slap me. We now start dragging. That was when people in the yard, because that is their family yard and they have tenants, they now started to separate us. From there, she ran and broke bottle that she's going to stab me to death. They were holding her before they now called the senior brother who is also living in Aba. That one now drove and come. He asked me what happened. I explained. The man now said, okay, what will happen is that I will now follow him to his own house. I carry my two twins. I went inside his car. We went to his own house. We stayed there like 4 days. My husband was in Lagos here, threatening me that I will not go back to Lagos, that me and the children will stay in Aba there. After 4 days, I was like, telling the elder brother that is it not enough that these children are not going to school. He said that I should do what my husband said I should do. My husband said I should go and beg the junior sister, beg my mother and father-in-law, beg everybody in the house, in the yard there, that I offended everybody. And my people, I called my people, they were like, if it's what you do to have peace, just do it. I said, okay, let me start begging. I started from the senior brother. I begged the senior brother that I'm sorry, whatever I did. I entered Keke with my children. I went back to the family house where the mother and father, I kneeled down, I begged my mother-in-law, I begged everybody, I begged even the junior sister that forced me. I begged the young people that was around that time. That was how he now said, okay, that I can go back. I can go back to the house. I went back to the house because when I reached there, he used this another padlock and padlock our gates. Even my shop was very close. He padlocked the shop too. I was stranded before he now called a friend again that I used to help him out. He came and unlocked the gates. We moved in. After all said and done, I keep on managing. He one day he came down from Lagos to Port Harcourt, telling me that he gave me only 2 weeks to pack to sell everything in my shop. If I know how to do it, I should do it. Then he's taking the children to Lagos. That he doesn't want us to stay in Port Harcourt. I said, but he would have tell me sense. How will I do about these goods in my shop? He said if I know how, if not, he will take these children and go. I said okay. I just call people that is selling provision. All of them just call. Even up to now, they are still owing me my money. I just buy auction, say them, they just pack so that he will not carry my children and leave only me. That was how I packed my show glass inside the house there. We followed him here in Lagos. Here in Lagos again, it was hell. He doesn't come back. He doesn't come back in time. He doesn't come back. Sometimes he's left outside. I'll be calling him. He will not pick. Sometimes he doesn't even stay 2 days. You will not see him. 2 days. My husband is out of the house. This keep on bringing issues. At a time, I said I won't be. I will stop. Sometimes I will just leave the door open for him to come in, because if he come in, if he lock door, it's another problem. So I leave him. Anytime he come in, he just come in like that. This thing keep on going until he went to village again. I even escorted him when he was going, carrying his bag to the car. He now moved to the village. Coming back, he brought a girl I don't know. Just bring the girl, should be around 13, 14 years. He brought this girl to my house. When I saw the girl, and I said, because of this problem he's having, I don't bring any female housemaid in my house. My twin, I carry them all alone because of his lifestyle. He brought this girl again. I said, darling, why, who is this girl? He said, for your information, this is somebody that will taking care of these children and the house. I said, I just told him, bomba, like bomb, I just told him there, this girl is not entering my house, so I don't know where you brought this girl. We better take him back. He didn't even discuss anything concerning the girl. You just go and bring somebody for me. Before I knew what was happening, he brought out belt, start beating me mercilessly. And I didn't even expect it. The girl was there. He naked me, if not that I was wearing something inside. He naked me. He pushed me outside. I slept outside for that side till the next day. My
Where were
husband,
your kids?
he took my keys.
And the girl was inside the house.
Yes, he even lied down with the girl. Lied down in our bed because I opened the window like
What
this.
did you do to the girl?
I did not do the girl anything. Him and the girl, they were lying down. He lied my children. My children was crying all night. They were just feeding them pap. So in the morning, early morning, around 6 o'clock, when he just came out and opened the door. I called one of my uncle. So it was that my uncle that came very early that forced him to open the door. He now opened the door. My uncle and I said, "Oh God, what is happening?" That I received a very, very late call last night that I was begging my sister to hold on. What happened? He was just saying that he just trying to explain. My uncle tried to settle the issue, told him to take the girl back since I said I don't need the girl. He refused. My uncle went. On Sunday again, he asked what you normally do. He would just ask the girl, go inside and make tea. The girl now wanted to enter my kitchen. I said, come out of my kitchen. I don't know who we are. Come out of my kitchen. My husband came and started fighting me again. We started fighting. Before he now start calling his men that I want to stab him with knife, that I want to kill him, that I want to stab him. All of them now gather my house. They start telling them things about me. After all said and done, they called me out. I told them what really happened. All of them was disappointed. They told him, you are the one scattering your home. This one was telling him, you that me that even I don't even allow my wife to bring any housemaid. Why would you go and bring housemaid for your wife without consent? We settled this issue. We keep on going. Along the line again, I was begging him because I was not doing anything. I was begging him to help me out, open up something for me. He refused, that he don't have money. I just managed, I used my certificate and went into teaching. There I was teaching. He said, if I ask him for money, he will tell me that that I will go and do IVF again, the second one. I said, I'm not doing any IVF. I don't want to do any IVF again. The one I did, I'm okay with them. He said, if I ask him for any help, he will tell me IVF.
IVF how?
I should go for second IVF.
To have more children or to say your
Yes, to have more children for him. I should go for IVF. And I look at myself. I said, what will I do? And I said, okay, if this is what is going to bring peace. I said, okay, I'm ready. Let me go for the IVF. He booked for it because he's in Port Harcourt. I went back. I went to Port Harcourt. When I went there, after the treatment, they gave me drug. I came back on the final because if when there is a stage, so I have to come back for the final one, and that one I will stay like 3 weeks. So when we are planning it, and I asked him, how are we going to do about the little twin boys?
How old were they?
They were 6 years. They were 6 years then. And I asked him, how are we going to do about them? He said that I should not worry. And I said, okay, that you will take care of me with my brother that is 14 years then, that they will take care of that, I should not worry. That was how I said, okay, bring money, let me go to market and cook different dishes and put in the freezer. He gave me money, I went to the market, I cooked different soup, different stew, I put there. I told my brother, you know how to parboil rice, you'll be managing at least 3 weeks before I will come back. He say okay. I went to the final stage of the IVF. I was in the hospital. My husband did not, he doesn't even call me. I was the one calling him. If each time I call him to hear the voice of the children, sometimes he will not pick, sometimes he will just call me back. This keep on going until one Saturday. That Saturday, I called him, he said he's on a meeting. And I decided to call my junior brother. I called my junior brother. I said, what happened? How is the house? Have the food I cook, have you finished? The boy said there is some is many bits. There is a lady that is coming to the house to cook for them. I said, a lady coming to the house to cook for you people. Who is this lady, please? He said he don't know that he used to follow his brother, which is my husband, to come and cook. And I said, but he did not tell me all this. He did not tell me about this. I started calling him to explain. He did not pick my call. I called him, he did not pick my call. I now called my brother again. I said, please, how is this girl? I was sure, I was just worried. I said, why is this girl? He said, he's a grown-up girl that used to come. Sometimes my husband would carry him back. I don't know where he doesn't know where the lady used to come. And I said, is the lady around in the house? And I said, yes, she just came, that she's in the kitchen. And I said, give her the phone. Gave the phone to the lady. And I introduced myself. I told him that my name. And I asked her, what is your name? She said she's Blessing by name. I said, please, who are you? She said, that my husband asked her to come and helping out in cooking for the children. I told the lady, please, I don't know you. I don't know. I beg you in the name of God that this is my house. And I don't know that you're in my house. Please leave my house, for crying out loud. Leave my house. The lady now called the phone on me. The next call I received from my brother, that my husband threw him outside. My brother was outside till 9 o'clock in the night. When the girl now finished, my husband was escorting her. My husband, when they now came, when my brother was sitting down, now the lady now said, please, I just let him inside. My husband now said, hey, just leave this stupid boy, let's go. They walked. After, when he now came back, he now called my brother and told him that he should pack everything he had in this house, that he's going. As if it's a play. Oh. Then I was still at the bed rest, because I don't need to, because of what they did, I don't need to do something harsh. By that time, driver, I've transferred myself to the main house, our house we had before we start coming to Lagos. From there, my brother called me on phone one day that my husband is packing everything that we have in the house, that all of them are coming down to Port Harcourt. I said, everything? He said, everything, even your clothes, every pin. He packed it inside his Helios, because he has a government Helios. He packed it inside and drove my children, every of my thing. He drove them to Port Harcourt and bring them out in the car. The next morning, he entered. He didn't even ask me where I was lying down. He didn't even ask me, how did you go about the IVF? Did you succeed? Did you test positive? Are you pregnant? He didn't even ask me anything. The next morning, he entered with his driver and drove back. When I thought he was around, when I now asked my children, they say he has gone. No. That was become a problem. I was calling him. If I call him for food or for money, he will tell me, I will do something about it. He will send people to bring provision, to buy yam, to bring garri. This is how I keep on surviving with the children. Before you know it, my pregnancy, or at least my pregnancy was getting coming out. I was just having a kind of feverish condition. Before I just stepped out to buy something with my children. Coming back, all my house was open. Even the curtain, everywhere was open. I say, did my husband come back? I didn't know. And I went inside. It was the junior brother from Aba. I didn't know that he had key to my house. He opened. He was just on the parlor there drinking wine and eating groundnut. I peep. I look at
So
him.
why you are not?
Yeah.
What a combination. Go ahead.
So I look at him. I just went upstairs because I know their problem. I went upstairs. Why I was upstairs is just he came around that 3, around 8 o'clock in the night, in the evening. I asked my brother, has he gone? He said he has gone since. I said, please go and close the windows, close the doors. He went and locked everywhere. He opened. At around 9 o'clock, I started hearing knock. My children have slept, everybody have slept. I started hearing knock on the door, go, 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 go. I was calling my brother, go and check who is on the door. As I was just calling my brother, my phone started ringing. It was my husband. I picked it. He started calling me names because he always say I'm useless. I'm a foolish woman. He started calling me that I'm more here. I should go and open the door for his brother. If not, the brother will pull that house down. Like Leo, before I was calling my brother, go and open door for him. My brother was saying that he would beat him. I said, go and open the door. Before you know it, the if you see knock, as if thief is in our house. My children have to wake up. All of them grab me like this, as if thief is in our house. He was hitting stone, hitting it, hitting it. I said, please go and open. My brother was equally afraid. By the time you know it, he broke the door into pieces and came in. Broke the center door, came in, walked to my room. He was just walking in my room like this. My children graved me with fear. He was making call. They see nothing mega. Only ihe na-eme. Only ihe na-eme. Nothing mega. He was just walking around my house. Meanwhile, he has pursued my brother to beat him. My brother ran out, and I picked up my bag. I pick up my bag. I carried my 2 children. That was around after 10. I started walking down the street. I walked down the street.
You out of the room.
It did not chase me, but
So why did you not walk with?
yes, the house was so uncomfortable for me, and my children also is afraid. The whole house, he broke it. He broke the doors, and I was start walking down the street because my senior sister is living a bit not too far from my house. So I now went there. Before you know it, my husband start calling me that I took his children out of his house, that he's going to arrest me, that tomorrow morning he's going to arrest me. When the night break, I went to police station and led a complaint. They wanted to come and arrest. I said no, I just want to file the complaint here. And I went to my brother's house to go and stay. After everything, my husband came down from Lagos, carry police. Any person that he knows is my friend, he will go and be harassing them, asking them where is me, where is the children, harassing the people. Some of them will tell them what they know about me. Some of them will say I don't know. This is how you keep on going through with the policemen. After everything, the
How long
lawyer,
did you stay with your brother?
I stayed with my brother like 1 week plus. 1 week plus before the lawyer, his own lawyer, now start calling me, begging me to come back. That he promised me he will go and collect that key and repair the doors, because I told him that the doors is open. I cannot sleep in that place. I cannot be comfortable sleeping there. The lawyer now promised me that we do that, and he really did it. So I came back with the children. That time he has went back. My husband has went back. So I was staying with the children in the house. He came back again. The lawyer came and made peace between us and told him many things, which he accepted. He packed our load again. We start going back to Lagos here. At this Lagos here again, problem. Any little thing, he smash my phone. Any little thing, he smash my phone. He doesn't come back early. 2 days, you will not see him. When he comes that if I talk to him, he say I should not talk to him, that that he's free to do that. If I'm tired, I should just walk out of the house. Then I was pregnant. I would keep on enduring, hoping on my children. Before I now gave birth. When I now gave birth, he brought the mother. The mother was having leg pain. He brought the mother from village. All of us was in the house. So every time he sleep with the mother in the same room with the, because they went and bring that little niece of the sister, the one that is late. He brought the little boy without even telling me. Just bring the boy to the house. I was the one living. I was the one that is taking care of the children. Before I now went and bring the mother again. Okay, all this while the mother was around. My husband and the mother sleep in one room. We are living two room, two-bedroom flats in Lagos here. The mother was staying in one room with him. He used to sleep with the mother with the little boy of the late sister. Three of them used to sleep. Then me and my children used to sleep in one room. In one room. So one night, every time you be trying to, he has before I gave birth, he came to carry this child when the child was sleeping. Then I was pregnant around 12 o'clock. He came. He tried carrying the child. I said, baby, we have slept now. You see me, I've covered net. This children is fast asleep. Why are you taking the child? He didn't even talk to me. He was busy carrying the child. And I heard my child. I said, leave this child, is sleeping. He started dragging the child. Me and him, I started shouting on top of my voice. Then my pregnancy is almost due. I started shouting, leave my child. I think you are sleeping with. He doesn't come close to me at all. Sex, I'll be the one begging him for sex. He does sometimes he do not accept me. He start dragging the child. I started shouting on top of my voice before he now left the child and tear the net we are using, carry fan I was using to his room. And I started praying that night till the next day before I now gave birth. When I now gave birth again, a week and 4 days, my child have not, the novel have not even fall. And this child was sick then. Sorry, a 2 weeks and 4 days. That's what my child is. I just came back from hospital where I went for checkup for my operation. That's my second CS. I came back. My husband called the twin, one of the twin, around 8 o'clock, that you should go to that room where the mother is, that you should go there, go and lie down on the bed. The child was afraid. He went there, he was crying. The other of his brother went there and looked and come and tell me, mommy, he's crying. Oh. I say, don't worry. He went there again. The child was still there crying. And I said, okay, call him, because the assignment they gave them at school, he has not done it. I said, call him to come and finish his assignment. That assignment was what I was trying to put this boy through. My husband came from nowhere. Oh, I told you to go to that room. He dragged this child, fling my child outside. The child even had injury at the back. If he's around now, you still tell you. He
The
had,
first child.
yes, my child. The same child, he just drag him outside. Get out of my house. Drag the other one. Get out of my house. All of you. He start pushing me. I say, look at my CSO. You know I have CS. Don't push me. Don't injure me. Wait, let me carry my child. I carry my little baby of 2 weeks and 4 days. I carried this child. He was pushing me. I said, wait, let me walk. Don't push me. I walked outside. I was standing outside. He now went and carry my bag and throw it outside. Even the bag he carried, it was only wrapper that's inside. He didn't even carry my clothes. It's only where I used to pack wrapper. He throw it out. He throw it out. So I was there stranded. I carried my child. The mother was inside the room. When my neighbor now came out to say, what happened? I started telling them. They start knocking on the door for him to open the door. He refused. They start calling the number. He refused to pick the call. Before my neighbor now said, what will he do now? That let me come with, so that him and the wife go and lodge me in the hotel. I said, I'm not going to hotel. And I remember one of my siblings, because then I was not used to Lagos. I don't really know anywhere. I remember one of my small sister that is living in a what did they call it? Very far from here. And I remember him. I wanted to remember the name of the place. So I started calling that my sister. That was my first time going to her house. So I told the man that there's one of my sister. They now said, okay, come, they will help me. They helped me and book cab. Told the cab where I'm going. The cab now carried me chatter with my children, and the one bag he throw out. We went there. We stayed there 1 week. My husband did not call me. He did not even come here and ask me how is this baby. My baby have not the novel have not even fed her. Even my operation even my operation did not hit. I went there, I stayed there because they were just living a safe call. They were just living a safe call. Stayed there for only 1 week. My brother said my senior brother is in the village. He said I should start coming back. That anyhow I should just comfort myself. Nothing will happen to me. I should carry those children and come back to the village. That was how I carried those children to the village. When I reached the village, we stayed there. My mother was nursing us. No, nothing, no pampers, nothing. Everything I used I bought, I will use and nurse my baby is in Lagos. He will bill it. When you now heard that, that was when you start calling me on phone. That you know that the child is sick, that the child is having jaundice, and you carry the child. Come back. I told him that I cannot come back. I cannot come back. He now called my brother. My brother told him that they are not that he had to come with his kindred to my own family. So after everything, he will bill my children clothes, the pampers, everything. We live from here to Lagos down to my house. So he now booked. That was August. He booked for his kindred to come. All of them came. When they came, they now started telling him what he did. He now said that he did not know that I will walk out, I will go. That he later came out and searched for us. He did not see us. That time it was around 10. That he did not see us. That he was hoping that he will come back and bring us inside. So they told him that what he did was bad. Fast forward, so that was that, they settled the case again. I followed him.
You do another IVF again.
No, that was my last. That was my last IVF. I carried my child. Before I could come back to this Lagos, the junior sister, she was married. She had problem with her husband. She left Aba, where she was where she was living in Aba with the husband. Carried her children back to my house. All of them, even the brother, all of them are feed my house. All of them was in the house. When I now came, I said, everywhere was feed up. I was just trying to manage. Before my husband now rented a 2-bedroom flat for her off somewhere. All of us, we now started living. So I now told him that you said if I start the IVF, you will open up something for me. It's time to do it now.
Where does it work?
He works in a massa.
Mmasinachi.
Yes, ma'am.
Mmasinachi company.
Yes, ma'am.
The Lagos branch here.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So he now said, okay, that even if you will open up business for me, that I have to, that he will open it by his, because how he wants to make it, that everything will go on his name. The money will be going for him. I said no problem. Perhaps I'll be working there. He said he will be paying me. I said no problem, pay me, so that I will be going out. I'm not used to staying in the house. That was how he opened a cosmetic shop. Because I'm not the one running. You just call the people to bring goods. They will bring goods and put. My work is to display the goods, tag it, put it in the computer. From there, he was paying me 30,000. Sales girl, there's a sales girl that is still under me. He paid the sales girl 25,000.
Your husband.
Yes, both me and the sales girl, we were working. I was happy, at least I'm doing something. Before you know what was happening, the sister, she's a nurse, so she was doing a nurse where my husband rented a flat for her. She from there every day, if she close work, she will run to the shop. Every time if she close work, she will run to the shop. Before you know it, my husband opened an app where she will be recording what she say she sells, because everybody have his own app where you store whatever you are selling. My husband opened, start paying her. She now stopped the nursing work she was doing, now face the business. Three of us was in the business now. So I did not talk. I was just trying to not to. I don't want any of their problem. One day, I left my phone. There's a woman that is selling clothes, and I told the sister, let's go and select clothes for the children. We went there. I left my phone at the shop there. When me and her sister was there, my husband started calling me. He was in the shop. He called me. My phone was there ringing. He now called the sister. The sister now came, told me that my husband is calling her. She went. I don't know what they really discussed. All I know, I came back. The sister now started questioning me.
Your
That
sister, did I know? Did I ask you the meaning of Masa?
ma.
Go ahead, then. Yeah.
So the sister now start asking me why would I use Ifeanyi to store my husband's line. I said, what do you mean? I don't understand. What do you mean? He said, why would I, a married woman like me, I use Ifeanyi to store my husband's number. I now open my phone like this. I said, this is my phone. This is darling one. This is darling two. I have up to darling three. This number now, I just use the fine to store. Is it a bad thing? He said, that is a bad thing. Why would I use the fine? That a married woman, I will be padlocking my phone. I said, what do you mean by that? From there, we start a change. I said, are you not padlocking your phone? Have I ever questioned you about your? Have my husband even come for one that asked me, let me see your give me your password, and I refused. You know why I'm padlocking it? She just start making some comments.
The sister.
Yes, we started challenging. From there, we wanted to fight. And I told her, Amarachi, you are looking for something from my body, but you will not see it. She said she will deal with me. That if she finish dealing with me, I will know. I said, what do you think you can do me? My husband came in and saw us exchanging words. And I said, oh yeah, yeah, Amarachi, oh yeah, yeah, pack, let's go. Pack, let's go. In her pack, she packed and they left me, and I closed the shop, and she carried her on the car and go to her house. So me too, I enter bike and went back to our house. Since that day, my husband don't sleep in the house. If I put food, he will not eat. And he carried the pilot jeep I was driving using for school runs. He carried it and give to the sister. The sister is the one now driving it to the shop. Even sometimes I would be waiting for her that she would drive and pass me with the jeep, with the pilot to the shop.
So how do you go to school with the kids?
I took the kids, their school is inside the estate where we live. So I carry them. I used to trek and take them there. Time to close, I would enter bike and go and carry them. So I came one day again, something happened. The sister wanted to fight me, start making noise. And I look at how everything is. And I told her, Marachi, you are sitting on my seat. I pick everything I have on the table. I told her, you are sitting on my seat. When you are tired, when that seat gets hot for you, you stand up. I'm leaving. Take care of the shop. Because I know that if you stay there, we can usually even fight and enjoy ourselves. I carried everything I have. I left the shop for both of them. Now remain her and the sales girl. Two of them was, and I went back. I went back to my teaching work. My husband doesn't care. He would just be, he was so happy. So after some months, my sister in-law, that was this most senior sister that was in Australia, that one was calling me that what really happened, that much I should go back to that shop. I said, I'm not going back there. I don't want anything, any fights. That I know that if I go there, me and Amarachi might fight and injure ourselves, and that place is glass.
Chinyere Lizzie Okoye, remove your angry face, otherwise at the end of this program we will block you. That is if you don't know the purpose why you put it there. If you don't remove the angry face, at the end of this program you'll be blocked. I'm speaking to Chinyere Lizzie Okoye. Thank you. Bye.
So that was how my she kept on staying in that shop. My senior, this most senior sister, the one living outside country, the one living outside country, called me that I should go back to the shop. I said I'm not going back to that shop, that I'm no more interested. So the sister later called me that Amarachi, that he has asked her to go and look for shop, that she's ready to open up something, anything she like. That was how she left the shop. She later left the shop because the sister now opened boutique for her. She left for the shop. My husband now brought the key for me and kept it on top of my table. I look at it, I didn't take the key. I was busy going to my work. The sister was busy telling me, call me again and tell me I should go back to that shop, that if anything happened to that shop, that is me, they will
Hello?
call. And now some of my friends was telling me just take the key and go back to that shop, that since she's no more there, I should go back to that shop. That was how I went back to the shop. When I went there, they have squandered almost everything in this shop. Nothing left. Nothing left, no goods. Even the ones remaining there expire, because the way they bring goods, they don't even go to the market. The people are the one to bring the goods, so sometimes they just bring rubbish for them. The one that is expired, the one that is even not in the market. So when I now look out, I take note of all of them. I called my husband. Even the sales came, my husband said he will not be paying, because it was in a mall. My husband said he will not be paying for all these charges, fuel charges and everything. That every month they be asking him for 45,000 naira, whereas nothing is coming out of the shop. And I said, since it's like this, I will move. Let's move this shop to a cheaper place where shop is cheaper, because the shop is one point something million. I said let's look for something cheaper, and I look for shop of 500. We move there. And now when I now arrange the shop finish, I told him that the goods here is not what the customers need. Customers are demanding for new things. Bring money, let me go to market and get some things and put in the shop. He said no, that is not going to add fadding in that shop. That if that be the case, that I should take the shop. Anything I bring, anything I bring from the shop, that I should be putting it inside my account. I said, is that what you said? He said yes, that he's no more interested about the shop. That was how I started hustling. The little money I have, I will go and work the customer. I will just go and pick three in the market, just come and sample. I was just doing it, rotating it like that. It was moving. As God may have it, the shop was just moving small, small. Before you knew it, this my sister-in-law visited again. Visited again and look at the shop. After looking at the shop, she left. My husband came one day unannounced, because he doesn't tell me what to do. He does he things anyhow he likes. He doesn't discuss anything with me. He came to the shop with his healers and tell me that he want to move some goods here with the counter to Aba, to his senior brother. I said, what? I don't understand you. What do you mean? He said he want to carry some of the goods and the counter to Aba, to his senior brother. I said, no, it can't happen. No. Say this shop that I have arranged like this. I said, no, this is my sweat now. You can't tell me that. He started removing things. I said, you are not carrying anything to this shop, or you can't go out with anything in this shop. If not, the street will gather for me and you now. What is all this? Do you want to frustrate my life? What do you mean? After I have finished arranging this thing, you want to come and carry my goods and the counter again? You want to give, and this is his brother at Aba. He has two-story building. The wife has two shop filled up, one for provision and one for weight saloon. Why do you want to frustrate me? He was dragging it with me. I was shouting. I said, leave this thing. Leave this thing. Before he now left, I said, he's coming. He's going to call police for me. I said, call anybody you want to call. I will be here waiting for you. When he now left, my spirit told me to lock up this shop and go to welfare. I locked up the shop. I ran to first police station, welfare there. I went and reported the case. They start calling him. He later came. They asked him, why do you want to pack your wife's shop goods to your brother? Does it mean that your brother doesn't? He said it's his money. That anything like that is what he do with his money. That is his money. The mothers there now told him that this is not a way of doing it. Have you discussed with your wife? At least your wife would be in agreement with you before you take things. They just give us another date that will come back for main settlement. They told him to leave that shop for now. So when he now went, after 2 days they traveled, one of the women now called me that the way he's looking at my husband, that he still come and pack those gifts, that if I have money, moreover my shop is almost I told him before that I will change this shop, that I cannot pay even that 500. I know I cannot pay it. I want to look for something shop of 250 I can be able to pay. He now said, okay. I told my husband before that, because the shop is almost expiring. So
What you said?
cosmetics and makeup. So and now that was how I found a shop inside the market where I can be able to pay. And I transferred the goods to the shop inside the market. When he now came back, I locked the shop because the shop had not remaining like a month to expire. When he now came back from village, he now carried this his sister with one of the girlfriend and went to the shop there. When they went, they now broke the shop. They did not see any goods. It's only counter I left there. One counter or two counter that I could not enter the bus. He was so furious. So he kept calm. He did not talk. He just became worse. He doesn't eat my food. He doesn't stay in the house. All of a sudden, one day he called me in the night. I was sleeping. He came back late. He called me that I should come. I came. I have the voice note. He told me that he's tired of this marriage. Like if I know, that was during COVID-19, COVID. That if I know anything, he will use and settle me, that I should name it. That he want to settle me, that he want to move on with his life. That the marriage is not working. I said, okay, no problem. I've heard you. I went back. After 2 days, he called me again. Did I heard what he said? I said, I heard you very well. Then I went to the welfare. They are the one that gave me paper to go to one social welfare at one. I didn't even know the place very well. When I went there, because of the COVID, they couldn't attend to me. The lawyer they gave me
So at the
said,
end of the day, what happened?
at the end of the day, he okay. At the end of the day, we settled. The sister tried to settle, told me that I should do something I can within my power to make sure that my house is in peace.
Which is sister again?
The sister at abroad, the sister at the abroad, the one that
The
stayed
one in her brother, has she been following up to know what
yes,
the
yes,
brother have been doing to you?
yes, she was following up. She knew everything.
Is she aware of how many times you have left the man?
Yes, she there's the one, she even gave me money that time she throw me and my children. She even sent money for me, 50,000. When I was in the village, she sent money for me. She's aware. So this that sister now called that should make me, that my husband wants to leave me, that she's living looking for a house with Amarachi and the girlfriend, because there's the one girl that is bending on marrying him, like they're looking for a house, that I should do something I can. And now he came back. I start begging him as if as if he calmed down that period.
Like you are enjoying the punishment. Not that.
It's because of my children. My children are still small and I'm not capable. That was why I was enduring. It's not that I'm enjoying it. So after everything, we were back to that house, to this very house where we were staying. He keep on with his character, bringing women, different women. Today, instead bringing women to my house. There's a day he brought a woman. He told me to go and make. That was in Port Harcourt. He told me to go and make sweep visitors room for this lady. I called his brother. The worst part, if I call the brother will tell me that I should just leave him. I should not. I should leave him and go inside my room and lock the door. That is temptation. This in the house here, you be carrying small small children. This the sister-in-law will bring all these housemaid. My husband will go and be molesting them, sleeping with them.
And
I have 9 years, 13 years, 15 years. I have
where are
a
the girls?
You will bring housemates. Any housemaid you bring, my husband will just be going there sleeping with them. There's one outside girl. I have the record. I have everything.
Where is the girl?
I don't know where the girl is now, but the girl confided in me. She came to me when
How old is the girl?
the girl was around either 10, 13 years, between 10, 13
Where
years.
did
Not
they bring the girl from?
it's like the sister page. She normally change girls. It's like the sister page they
Where
brought.
is the sister living?
Is living in Ago.
Go ahead.
So this girl now, she came to me. She confided in me that my husband used to come and he should want to force her to make love with her, that she refused. I have the voice record. I have it with me. So all these things he's doing, and I called the senior sister. I said, look at what I'm seeing from this girl, but I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't know what to do again. The sister said it's prayer, that I should be praying. Even directed me to one woman at first time, that is the woman will help me. I went to the woman. The woman said he will bet me, he will use my husband picture and my picture. They will bet me. I said no, I have never done this kind of prayer before. I left there. That was the annoyance why the sister now left me. She did not. She doesn't talk to me again. She said where she directed me, I did not go there. So after everything now, my husband becomes something else. He doesn't talk to me. He doesn't relate. And even I will be in the house, my husband will send, when he's going, he will lock his key. He will give the brother the key. The brother will come to the house, walk to my husband room and open the door and enter, take water and close it back. I keep on enduring this thing. Even there's two plot of, I refuse to say this, sorry. There's two plot of land we have in Irebe, Port Harcourt. 2009, I was the one that made my husband to buy this land. I found this land. It was 6,600. I told my husband, because he works in the scene, I told him there's this land that came out. And my brother even bought from the land. I made him, he said he's interested. He later bought this land. But when my husband carried this land and give to his junior brother, I didn't know. It was the sister that called me that, Machi, do you know that that land is in Riebe? It's no more you people's land. It's now my brother's land.
Are you still in this marriage?
Ma,
Hmm.
I'm not in this. I'm just trying to round up.
No, I'm just asking your
I'm
question.
not in this marriage again. He
When
has
did you,
thrown me out.
when?
December.
December when?
December, we went to village. I
Hmm?
reached to the village. He came in, he asked me, I told him that I want to go to my people to see my mother. He said I cannot carry my children and go and see my mother. I cannot carry my children to go and see my mother. That he will be the one to take me and him. For many years, he doesn't follow me to my mother's place. I said, why would I leave the children? Nobody's taking care of them. Why would the children? If you want to follow me, all of us to go and
Where are
see
you
my
from?
mother. I'm from Anambra State.
And the man?
Anambra State, but not the same local government. So when he now told me this, I said I'm not going with you without my children. The next day, he went and called the he went to my place and with some of two men like that to my place with the senior brother. They told them that I'm coming back. My people was asking them, what did I do? They did not explain anything to them. Like they said that they want me back to my house, to our house. When they now came back, they called me. They said, what where do you know that we went to your house? Those men was telling me. I'm just telling you this December what made me to be out of the marriage. So they now told me that that they want me to pack everything I have in this house and move to my father's house for now. I said, what of my children? They said, one said, which father's compound is this? The other one said, it's the children now. They said, that it's you that will pack your things. You are not taking the children. I said, I cannot move out without my children. I cannot move an inch without my children. Then I said, okay. I went out. The next morning, my husband and the senior brother went and called police. I was in the kitchen with the wife, the
Call
senior
police
brothers.
where?
Yes,
Which, for where?
in the village. They called police for me. They came. The police now came and arrested me. I told them I'm taking my children. I took my children with me.
What was their complaint? When the police visited your house,
Yes,
what did the police tell you? What
I
was the
told the
offense?
police it was my offense. They said I should remain silent. But anything I say will be used against me.
So when you went to the police
I went
station,
to the
what happened?
police. He wrote that I want to kill him, that I called police for him, that the driver said he heard where I was telling this how this herbalist that they should make him cripple, not to work again. That was what he said. I did.
Did
So,
you do something like
man,
that?
I never in my life visited any fetish place. God is my witness. He said that the driver heard where I was making call. I never said something like that. I never in my life tried it. I was surprised at that allegation. I was there, they took me inside the counter with my children. Then the senior brother was there with him, they went. After they brought Wefe later that should come to Wefe, they booked time for us. All of us went there. Because when I went, so my people have already come. My brother now they carried me to my village. So I now stayed there. He sees my children. My children was with him. So when we now went back to welfare at the due date, they told him after they read out exactly what he wrote at the police station. He wrote there. So they now asked me what's my own part. I explained all these things I'm explaining to the woman. The woman now said, asked him what do he want. He said he doesn't want me, that he wants me to stay apart from him. They now say, how old is our baby? He told them. And I said, okay. The woman now said, okay, that the children is still underage. That in the law of Nigeria, the children will be under the mother. That from now, he will be taking care of the children. That he should rent apartments where the children will be staying with the mother.
Which man? Which woman?
the welfare woman at the village
Okay.
is the one saying this,
Yeah.
that you should rent apartment for the children and be seeing for their welfare, their school fees, their medical bill. He said no problem, that he would do that. That was how he signed. The woman told me
Do
that
you have the copy?
the woman refused to give me. I even asked her, keep on asking her, she said she would post it to my email. My when I wanted to go, he said he would post it to my WhatsApp. I asked her, she would say it's not ready.
Okay, what is the recent problem now?
The recent problem now, after because they told us that the children would be staying with me during big time holiday, that if the children to go to him, it's weekend or maybe midterm break.
But you should be with the kids.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what they said.
Yeah.
But he, when we came back here, he went to his house, brought every of my goods to the where he rented for me. I went there. What he normally do is that he will come, if I during my own time, if my children is in the house, he will come and pick them. He will just send the brothers. There was a day I went with my child. I went out, coming back. I went with one. The other senior one was staying with the junior one because they're 11, 6. Was staying with them. When I now came back, I didn't see my children again. They had sent the brother to come and carry them and went to the sisters, go and keep them in the sisters'
So
house.
where are they now?
They are with him. He sees the children for me.
The three of them.
Yes.
How long?
For 2 weeks, for almost 3 weeks now. I've not seen them. When they came back from school, he came to me with the small one I was staying with. He asked the door because he blocked me on WhatsApp. He doesn't answer my call. If I call him, he will not pick. Even my last baby did not graduate with the mates because he doesn't want me to see the child. He doesn't want me to see the child. He blocked me on WhatsApp. He doesn't pick my call. He sent the driver to come and tell me to prepare the child, that they want to go to and bring the senior one from boarding school. They are in boarding.
How old is the little child?
6 years. Sorry, 5 years.
Go and bring phone for me.
5 years.
So the kids, the 9 years and the 8 years that your husband has been sleeping with, who have been supplying those children to the house?
Is the sister-in-law. She would
I
be
said
bringing
so.
different girls, while my husband would be going there sleeping with them. I knew all of them, but it's this outside girl now that came to me. So we will carry them to our house there when I'm not around. If I went to shop,
Tell us what you should go to use it here. Hmm?
so
Okay.
it's the sister that used to bring those girls. She say you bring her maid doesn't last. You will go, you bring another one. That's how we keep on changing girls. He has someone that is bringing these girls for her. I don't know. We pay them.
Where is your sister-in-law still living?
Is a girl.
What does she do for a living?
She's a nurse now. She has stopped boutique that she was doing before. She now started nursing again. That was how he sees my children. I went to the village, went to my people, and was demanding for his bride price.
Which human rights office have you visited in Lagos?
First tag, first tag, the one was first tag police station.
That is before
Yes.
regional.
Hello, the person you are calling is on another call at the moment. Do hold on or call back later. Thank you.
When you said you did that 9 years, have you asked that information?
Yes.
You said you did that 9 years.
Yes, ma'am.
How many times?
2 times, ma'am.
2 times.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are confirmed that your husband cannot be pregnant.
Yes, ma'am.
So you are using other person's donor.
Yes, ma'am.
So the children automatically is from the donor.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know the donor?
No. They will not allow you to know the person.
How long have you been out of the marriage? Since
Just a year.
a year.
This thing happened on December.
So you've not been in this marriage for 1 year now.
Yes.
But the kids have been with you
The kids have been with me for
until
until
two
this
weeks,
period now.
2 weeks ago.
Yes. This period that the children come back. He sees the children.
And you can't communicate with him.
No. He blocked me on Facebook. If I call him, he doesn't pick my call.
But you know where he's living.
Yes, I've went there. Like when my child did graduation.
Do you know where he's living?
Yes,
It's a
ma.
simple question.
Yes,
And
ma.
you know where the sister is living.
Yes, ma.
I hope you know one thing is for you to give statement, another thing is for you to not victimizing statements.
No. I don't
That
do that.
everything you are saying in this
Yes.
office is true
True
and
and
nothing
nothing
but
but
the truth.
yes, ma.
It's okay. Because any moment from now, the case will go out of our hands and we ensure we follow police will do their
Ma,
proper
I'm ready for
investigation
it.
until to court.
No problem.
Okay. The man is not picking, but we still have to give it the room to hear from him. I called him was on call, so he actually know the number from this office. That if he did not peacefully respond and comply, it will not.
Now I want to explain something
Yeah.
because he said the case is in a welfare. According to what they said, 6 months. This 6 months, all this while, I've been complaining a lot of things to them. They doesn't listen to me. They are not doing anything.
Which were
The welfare at the village.
your price are in Lagos.
Yes.
Well, Lagos State have their own laws. It's not the general law of federal government is different from each state law. Lagos State have their own welfare law.
Okay.
It's not the same as Benue State or other states. So if you are in Lagos and the kids are in Lagos, Lagos State laws cover the kids.
Okay, ma.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably don't think that as our own person, interest is supposed to look at it. We'll hear from him. You send the official invitation letter to the sister-in-law. She'll give you all the information. Send this man message if he refuses to pick. Send him message that his attention is needed in this office concerning on Friday. Today is what? Today is Monday. Yes, Monday. Mhm. Tomorrow. Yes. Today is what? Today is Monday. Put it on Friday. Conferring on Friday, then the invitation of the sister should also commence on Friday. Then go and dress well. We will you have to remind the sister for proper hearing. Let's hear from both of them that you have alleged. The sister will be here to respond to the application you have given so far, and your husband will be here to also respond. While the kids are supposed to be under your care, they have no reason to seize the children from you. or deny you access to the keys or communication to the kids. You are the one that got the kids, and you said you sell one of your egg,
Yes, ma. Two, not one.
two of your egg
Yes.
to pay for the IVF,
Yes, to complete the money.
to complete the money.
Yes, ma.
Meaning he is not the one that paid for the IVF.
Yes, ma. He paid part,
He
but the
paid
money
part.
is not up to.
The
Yes.
money is not up to. Then you sold two of your eggs
Yes.
to complete. I
Yes.
don't want to one thing, I don't want to be sentimental, I don't
Ma,
want
I
to be
have
emotional, and
evidence.
I don't
I
want to
have
be to
evidence.
conclude until I hear from this man.
Okay, ma.
Yes. I just don't want to conclude until I hear from this man. Yeah, I believe you are saying the truth, and I believe, let me say, you are saying the truth and you are lying. Just take it like
All
that.
right, ma.
One side says you are saying the truth, another one says you are lying. But all the same, let the man be here to respond to your allegation. Then we know what it is. And one thing we assure people here is justice and nothing more.
Thank you, ma.
I want to ask you why.
I've been into depression and frustration.
Hmm? They don't have any reason to cease your peace, even if the marriage doesn't work.
I'm not talking of the
Yeah,
marriage.
they have no reason to cease your peace. And if actually what you say is what you have passed through, sorry about that anyway. But let's wait to hear from the other side.
No problem.
Yeah. Then we'll know how to draw our conclusion.
No problem.
Yes, that will by for sure. Yeah, please. I'm on live stream if you don't mind. Can you call me back in 10 minutes time? Yeah. All right. I want to use this medium to appreciate and thank Chiamaka Ebony, Gabriel Chiambe, Sharon Chipita, Shamzidi Kazim, Ableman Oladejo, wait, Oladejo Ayikoso, Okolo Faithful, and so many of you that have liked this very case. And thank you for sharing. God bless you. And those of you that have shown love, Wayne Louis, Father Ruby, Salomon, Juan Chokyo, Good Day, Emak, Tammy, Delwayo, Joy, Nikki speaking, Father Ruby, of a joy, this say, Shafo, Eunice, Marshall, Tema Joy, Antonia, Anthony, and so many of you. God bless you for loving this. Then Onyechichu Izogu and Chinyere Liz Okoye, thank you for dropping your angry face and goodbye, for you will not be able to watch our program again because you are going to be blocked as soon as we go off this case. All right, thank you, viewers, for being with us. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel on Access to Justice TV and follow us on our Facebook page on Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocacy Center. For more useful information, do visit our website on www.hrdac.org.ng. And please don't forget to follow on our TikTok Center for Justice and Palace Gist, then Queen Olution. Those are the three TikTok you'll be following from today for other fun fair. I want to still repeat the some of you drop some comments that at the end, if you don't remove your comment, if you feel your comment is this horrible, that it will not be of any benefit either to the complainant, to this office, and even to the defendant. Try as much as possible to delete, because while they are going through your comments, you may end up being blocked. And you know, people will block for years who have not returned anybody back. Nobody has ever been returned back to our page if you are blocked, no matter how close you are to us. Ask people that have known us. We want, we advise, but if you don't learn to follow up our own rules, you just want to drop as if you are dropping a comment for bloggers. We will not tolerate that here. So please go back and check, review your comments. If your comments, you drop any negative comments there, please try to delete it. Aside that, we will not want anybody whatsoever, no matter how close, how long you have been on this platform. We don't encourage anybody to bring religious matter, tribalism, of any kind here. I block like 3 or 5 of you. If you are using any other Facebook ID to watch me, of course, you know one of yours has been blocked because you were specifying Anambra women, shame on you, Igbo women, shame on you, and all that, which I don't even know. If they ask this lady, yes, she have this courage to say some things on social media. You don't know what she has passed through. You don't know what pushed her. You don't know what led her to say this on social media. Even some words, some statements she have made, some may not have that courage to speak it even to the hearing of 1 or 2 persons. But she said it to the whole world. But you don't know. You don't know her situation, who where they should know where it reaches. So you don't condemn people and generalize everything, Igbo people, Anambra people, or Imo, or Benue, or anything. No, we don't take such here. We don't take, so we have zero tolerance for such comments, and hence you have been, we blocked you from here because we have been we have been saying that every day before we go online. If we move on, we proceed on our cases. We always give caution, don't insult, don't drop unnecessary comments, watch your comment, filter your statement. Even if you are calling in for a program, at times we cut off some of your calls because you are not able to control your emotion and this sentiment of the thing, and it's not proper. If I'm to be sentimental about her case, I'll be crying, weeping. But is that normal? I won't have the boldness, the courage to attend to her case. Hence we try to drop sentiment and all this emotion, uh, 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 emotional sabotage aside, and have a focus on what we are treating, so as to filter the truth and know how to handle it, right? So please, that is what we are going to do. So please, filter your words, go and filter your statements, your comments there, so as you will not be blocked. Because I love every one of you. I want you to have want to have you here again and again here. If only we can understand each other. God bless you and enjoy your evening. We'll be back tomorrow by God grace.